ਸੋ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਫਿਰ ਆਪ ਸਭ ਦਾ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਾਥ ਦੇਣਗੇ ਖੇਮ ਕੁਮਾਰ ਦਾਹਲ ਜੀ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਪ੍ਰੈਜ਼ੀਡੈਂਟ ਹਨ ਨੇਪਾਲ ਕਲਚਰਲ ਸੁਸਾਇਟੀ ਆਫ BC ਦੇ। ਨੇਪਾਲੀਜ਼ ਲੋਕ ਕਦੋਂ ਤੋਂ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਏ ਤੇ ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ BC ਵਿੱਚ ਕਦੋਂ ਤੋਂ ਹਨ, ਇਸ ਸੰਸਥਾ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਕੀ ਕੁਝ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਆਓ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਣੇ ਆ खेम कुमार दाहल जी। तो वेलकम टू द प्रोग्राम।
थैंक यू हरप्रीत जी।
थैंक यू। सो नेपाल के संबंध में हमें थोड़ा सा बताइए जी। ये जो देश है ये हमें मालूम है कि भारत के उत्तर की तरफ है, माउंट एवरेस्ट इस मुल्क से है, और नेपाल के लोगों के बारे में हम बहुत इनकी बहादुरी के किस्से सुनते हैं। तो कनाडा में कब आपने आना शुरू किया और BC में ख़ास तौर के ऊपर कब से आप आगे रहने शुरू किए?
It does not have a long history compared to the people from Punjab or Vietnam or other communities here. Nepalese community was pretty much docile and kind of isolated.
Okay.
For a long time, it was ruled by families, like the Shah dynasty for a long time.
Right.
Before that, Rana dynasty for 104 years, and it was isolated from the rest of the world.
Right.
And people were kept away from educational opportunities and things like that. And all the opportunities were meant for certain classes of people working. And as a result, when you don't have education, you don't have mobility. And you can't go anywhere, not to Europe, or North America, or anywhere.
Right.
And as the country did not have democracy, the people were backward, they were poor, and less mobility. But with the flow of time, in 2006, the monarchy was thrown away.
Okay.
And before the monarchy was thrown away, I should bring a little history there. There was an insurgency going on in the country.
Right.
And the insurgency was run by the communist guerrillas.
Right.
That started in 1996.
Okay.
And that period, from 1996 to 2006, the 10-year period, about 13,000 people were killed in the name of People's War.
Okay.
And that was the time when people who were able to do and who had education started moving out.
Right.
And a large chunk of educated Nepali people started moving out to Canada.
Okay.
And most of them were professionals like civil engineers, nurses, doctors, But like the dentists and the doctors, they didn't have the category to be a landed immigrant here. So they had to find other ways, like their wives were qualified to apply for the position. So you'll find a whole bunch of doctors even in the islands here, working now.
Right.
And so coming back to your question again, why and how the Nepali people started moving here, once in a while, late 1970s and early 1980s, there were people working in SIDA from the Canadian government.
Right.
And some Nepali counterparts were working there, they knew each other.
Okay.
And some people moved here in BC.
Right.
A handful of family, I should say some 8-10 families were here by late 1970s and early 1980s.
Right.
And then people started coming to Canadian and US universities.
Right.
After they completed their studies, they found good jobs here.
Okay.
It was a good fertile job market.
Of course.
When they found job in Canada, within 2 years they would be able to get permanent residency here.
Right.
And that way, by the end of 1980s, about 100-150 families were here in BC.
Okay, so from the 80s, virtually more people started coming. So,
and then they were working in their fields,
Right.
And pretty much 98% of the people who live here, they are the landed immigrants, who came under the point
system, basically. So presently, approximately how many families are there in BC? Like, you have any record of that?
Yes, we have a directory. Altogether, there are some 2,000 people, family-wide, some now 600 families.
Okay, wonderful. So now, mostly all these families, are they scattered all over BC, or they are concentrated in the lower mainland and especially in Surrey?
A large majority lives in Surrey, but they are scattered. Some families live in North Vancouver, some others are in West Vancouver, and there are some 40-45 families in Victoria too.
Okay, so mostly all of them are who have come over here on the point system.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about your society now, Nepal Cultural Society of BC. How is this society trying to bring together all the Nepalese people? What kind of events do you organize every year?
The Nepal Cultural Society of BC was established in 1999 only.
Okay.
As the community was growing, you know, the needs naturally grow.
Course,
You know,
yeah.
usually there is a death, there is a birth, and there are rituals to be done.
Right.
And you know, people try to get together and do things, and they are not organized. It is not easy.
Right.
And we felt the need for a society.
Okay.
And we registered a society in 1999 only.
Right.
So it has been 16 years that the society has been working for the community.
Right.
And this does, you know, the main goal of the society is to preserve and promote the Nepali heritage here, cultural heritage here. And to do that, what we do is we celebrate the Nepali New Year, which coincides with Vaisakhi.
Okay.
It's the same time.
Okay.
It will be in April 14th this year.
Okay.
So we celebrate New Year during
Right.
that time. So pretty much all the community members come together.
So there's some big function for that?
A big
you organize?
function, yeah.
Okay.
We organize a function usually in a banquet hall, and there
Okay.
is a cultural program
Right.
and networking and
Okay.
things like
Oh,
that.
that's wonderful.
And
apart from that, any other events which you celebrate during the year? Apart from this New Year?
Of course, yeah. In India, you call it Dussehra.
Yeah.
It's Durga Puja.
Okay.
No, this is a national festival in Nepal.
Right.
And it falls usually in the month of October.
Right.
And we celebrate that too.
Okay.
And all the community members come together, network, and celebrate the festival together.
Okay.
And Diwali, as you call,
Yeah.
we also celebrate Diwali.
Okay.
Just besides that, what we do is, you know, we organize community events like the summer picnic.
Okay.
In a park where kids and women, everybody comes and have some game and fun in the sun, you know. Summer picnic is a
Good hit.
annual event, yeah.
Okay. So, Mr. Khem, as you are telling us that from your talk, it seems most of the Nepalese are Hindus. And what do you believe in? Because in Hinduism also there are various deities and gods and goddesses. So, the Nepalese people mostly believe in which goddess or god?
You are right, Harpreet, you know. Most of the people from Nepal here are Hindus.
Right.
And naturally this is true because if you see the religious composition of Nepal, 86% of the population is Hindu there.
Right.
So the remaining 14%, you know, a small part is Buddhist, a small part is Christian,
Okay.
a small part is Sikh and Muslim and
Right.
things like that. So when overwhelmingly 86% is Hindu, so majority is Hindu. I'm not ruling out that there is none other, but very few, you know, majority are Hindu.
Okay.
So most of the festivals just coincide with the Hindu thing.
Right.
That is so true. And to answer your question, which deities we follow is Lord Shiva,
Okay.
Lord Vishnu, and Brahma, they call, you know, these
Okay.
three deities are the major one, you know, Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwar, we call.
Okay. So, do you have any temple of your own, or do you go to the main temple? Like in Surrey, we have the temple on 148th Street and 82nd. So, do you go there, or you have some separate temples of your own?
As of now, we go to the Surrey Hindu temple.
Okay.
Every Sunday. We are part of it. I know the secretary there. You know, we always have very good relations, and whenever we have to do something, they are very cooperative.
Right.
Even the priests we need for our cultural rituals, you know, we get from the temple. We have a good cordial relation. And lately, our community members have started a mission to have a Nepali Hindu temple here in Surrey.
Okay, so you are
our
working
lower
on
mainland. We have started working,
Right.
but it's a dream project, you know. It requires a lot of resources
Right.
and lot of efforts.
Right.
And it is not possible from a community of 2,000 people.
Absolutely. Let's go for a break.
So-
We'll come back and we'll discuss in details as to how you are further going to integrate with the others also and try to help make this temple. And apart from that, what are your cultural practices? What kind of food do you eat? And all the other things which you are doing in your culture. We'll talk about that after this short break. So जो हम तक गलबात हुई उस विच खेन कुमार दाहल जी ने सानू दस्सिया कि नेपाल राज्य जिहड़ा है इस विच 86% हिंदूज ही रहंदे ने ते इन्हां ਵੱਲੋਂ भी जो है अप्रैल 14 ਨੂੰ ਨਵਾਂ ਸਾਲ ਮਨਾਇਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਵਿਸਾਖੀ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ ਦੁਸ਼ਹਿਰਾ ਦੀਵਾਲੀ ਇਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਇਵੈਂਟਸ ਮਨਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਇੱਥੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਮਾਈਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾਤਰ ਲੋਕ ਪੜ੍ਹੇ ਲਿਖੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇਪਾਲ ਤੋਂ ਆਏ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ 80s ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਐਗਜ਼ੋਡਸ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋਇਆ ਜਿਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾਤਰ ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਤੇ ਹੀ ਲੋਕ ਸਥਾਪਿਤ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾਤਰ ਲੋਕ ਸਰੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਸ਼ਹਿਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨੇਪਾਲੀਜ਼ ਲੋਕ ਰਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਜੋ ਇਹ ਸੰਸਥਾ ਬਣਾਈ ਗਈ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਦਾ ਮਕਸਦ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕਲਚਰ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰਮੋਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਏ ਤੇ ਇੰਟੀਗ੍ਰੇਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਏ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਇਕੱਠਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਏ ਹੋਰ ਕੀ ਕੁਝ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਆਓ ਇਸ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਣੇ ਇਸ ਛੋਟੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ
ਕੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਰਜ਼ੇ ਦੇ ਬੋਝ ਹੇਠ ਦੱਬੇ ਹੋ? ਸਮਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਕੀ ਕਰੋ?
ਫਾਈਨੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮਸ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਮਾੜਾ ਅਸਰ ਪਾ ਸਕਦੀਆਂ ਹਨ। ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਲ 'ਚ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ।
ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕਰਜ਼ੇ ਨੂੰ ਵੱਧ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਘਟਾ ਕੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੀ ਰਕਮ ਨੂੰ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਫ੍ਰੀ ਕਿਸ਼ਤਾਂ 'ਚ ਬਦਲ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ।
ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਰਜ਼ੇ ਤੋਂ ਮੁਕਤ ਕਰਾ ਕੇ ਨਵੀਂ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਜੀਣ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ।
1866-790-8984 ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਸੋਲੂਸ਼ਨਜ਼, ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਪਰੇਸ਼ਾਨੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਾਥੀ।
ਸੋ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਫਿਰ ਆਪ ਸਭ ਦਾ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਵਿੱਚ। ਨੇਪਾਲ ਕਲਚਰਲ ਸੁਸਾਇਟੀ ਆਫ BC ਤੋਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰੈਜ਼ੀਡੈਂਟ ਖੇਮ ਕੁਮਾਰ ਦਾਹਲ ਜੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ। ਆਓ ਕੁਝ ਹੋਰ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ। So before the break, like you were talking and telling us that the idea of starting this organization was to collect all the people together. They can network, they can cherish their own ideals and also celebrate their customs and their functions in a same manner. So now this work of starting a new temple, as you said, have you bought the land or still in the process of looking for land? How is it going to be?
It is in the process. It's very early infancy, I should say, you know. So our dream is to have a big community center,
right,
along with a Hindu temple.
Okay.
So it's about a 2.4 million project.
Okay.
Our engineers have worked out a
right
financial and structural plan,
okay,
which is about 2.4 million as of now.
Right.
And since it is a huge project, we are looking for resources
right
from beyond the community.
Right.
The community is always there, right?
Of course.
As I was telling you,
right,
2,000 people, even if they put a lot of money, it is not possible to run a community center and a
right
temple.
Right.
So we are trying to reach beyond the Nepali community,
okay,
and to reach the greater Hindu community,
right,
and attract resources.
Right. Khem Kumar, tell us a little bit about your culture, as such as you have told us about some of the festivals which you celebrate. What about your food? Is it the normal food what every Indian eats, or is it something different? What are the specialities, and how do you all mingle with each other and celebrate these events?
Oh, the food wise, you know, it's pretty much similar with the North Indian food. It's the same dal,
right,
and the rice. Also, you call raita, we call it dahi, it's the same thing, and vegetables,
right,
and chutney.
Are you mostly vegetarians or non-vegetarians?
Non-vegetarians.
Okay,
so very few people are vegetarians, you know,
okay,
most of the people eat meat, yeah.
Right.
So
what about the youngsters? How are you trying to involve the youngsters in this society? Because today, again, it's a challenge. Our youngsters have their own thinking, they want to live their own life. So preserving the culture also and trying to integrate them, how is it being done?
that is the big challenge of every new community which
right
comes and tries to melt here in the Canadian mosaic.
Right.
We try to pass our culture on our new generation, you know. But if they are not willing to take it, simply we are thinking, but
right,
we are not able to do it.
Right.
When we are working with the community center, I happen to meet someone from Russia. You know.
Okay.
The person told me that, you know, they built a community center, but their youngster wouldn't go there.
Right.
And I'm very cautious that I don't want to have a community center where
there are no youngsters.
No youngsters.
So how are you trying to involve them? Are you trying to involve them in your programs
now,
and functions?
Yes.
Okay.
When we have the board of directors in the
right
society, we encourage our youth to come and participate.
Okay.
Just bringing them will not help, you know.
Right.
We try to listen their voice, what they want to do, and we tailor programs and design programs of their interest.
Okay.
So they will take the ownership of the society. They will have the feel that it belongs to them.
Right.
And that way, down the road, whatever project we are taking, they will
right,
take the
they'll
ownership.
take part
and
in that.
yeah.
Absolutely. Also, when you communicate at home, is it in Hindi or your Nepalese language?
We use Nepali language too.
Is it different from Hindi?
We have the same script, but
okay,
language is different.
Okay.
Yeah. Script is the same though.
Okay, great. So towards the end, tell us now, like you have talked about April the 14th, which is coming. Where are you celebrating this program, and who all can come over there?
Oh, it is being celebrated at Punjab Banquet Hall in Surrey.
Okay.
People can come, you know, there is an open invitation in our website.
Right.
So you can sign up.
What is your website?
www.ncsbc.org is our website. There are announcements of the upcoming events.
Okay.
And you can buy the ticket at the entrance,
Right.
or you can call the contact number there and book your ticket, and people can join there.
Right.
this is how it goes.
Right. And anything which you would like to share with us, which I don't know about and our viewers don't know about your culture, if you want to share towards, then what would that be?
Oh, Nepali culture is based on a philosophy that, what we say in Sanskrit, Atithi Devo Bhava.
Okay.
Meaning
the guest is the god.
Is the god,
Okay.
The god will never come in your doorstep by himself.
Right.
It comes in one of the form,
Right.
be it a dog or a cat or a guest or something. So
Right.
you respect and welcome the guest,
Right.
That
So
is the culture. And whoever goes to visit Nepal or whoever comes to our doorsteps,
Right.
with
Wonderful.
humble beginning, we bow our
Welcome.
head and we welcome
Thank
them.
you. So get prepared for the evening because I am coming to your house today.
Thank you very much. Thanks
Thank
for
you so much
having
for
me in your
Thank
show.
you very
Yeah,
much.
thank you.
So ਜੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਉਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਖੇਨ ਕੁਮਾਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿ ਨੇਪਾਲੀਜ਼ ਕਲਚਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਇੱਕ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਵਧੀਆ ਕਲਚਰ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਹੀ ਇੱਕ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਗੈਸਟ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਰੱਬ ਮੰਨਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੰਦਿਰ ਸਥਾਪਿਤ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ 2000 ਪਰਿਵਾਰਾਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਤੇ ਮੰਦਿਰ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾ ਸਕਦਾ ਪਰ ਇਹ ਆਊਟਰੀਚ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਬਾਕੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ। ਆਪ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਖੁੱਲ੍ਹਾ ਸੱਦਾ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ 14 ਅਪ੍ਰੈਲ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆ ਕੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਬੈਂਕਟ ਹਾਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਹੈ ਉੱਥੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆ ਕੇ ਸ਼ਾਮਲ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਸਾਡਾ ਮਕਸਦ ਹੈ ਇਸ ਦੇਸ਼ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਉਣ ਦਾ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਾਕੀ ਕਲਚਰਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਵੀ ਸਮਝ ਆਪਣੀ ਵਧਾ ਸਕੀਏ, ਇੱਕ ਦੂਸਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾ ਸਕੀਏ ਤੇ ਬੈਟਰ ਕੈਨੇਡੀਅਨਸ ਵਜੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਆ ਸਕੀਏ।